Hey Lydia, so I'm going to go over the ideal campaign structure based on what you were showing me. So here's a recap of the product. You have some medium and some higher ticket price points. And the thing is here is that most customers likely have to um, speak with a rep before purchasing. And the thing is here that it's not an impulsive purchase. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense. And I appreciate our chat yesterday because that really filled me in. So you have a product that's medium and higher ticket, typically at this price point, and for something that's getting installed in their home, they want to speak to a rep, they want to get educated on the product. So that means we have a lot of heavy lifting to do in the way that we acquire their contact information so that way you can actually reach out to them. So we need to be very particular with our campaign setup. Um, and we'll talk about budget ratios later, but this is just an initial starting ground. One is going to be a lead gen campaign, and this is going to be on platform. And then we'll have a redirect to site after. So this is going to be instant form. And then the offer is to learn more or your schedule your demo. So what this means is that instead of awareness, right? So we can write that here. Awareness alternative. Right now, you're spending, I think it was almost 30% of your budget, if I remember correctly, was going into the awareness campaign, which is notorious for driving clicks and impressions, and it does really well, getting some top of funnel engagement. But if we actually vet that traffic and see the conversion rate, personal opinion, it's usually very low. So it doesn't work best to be outfacing. Outfacing means you're prospecting, trying to get new customers. You're just showcasing, the product, the brand, and everything. Usually, those mechanisms work better on retargeting because it's an easy way to blast people who already know you. But on the outside, it's good in cost, really low in quality. We want to pivot. So instead, we're going to be doing a lead gen campaign, which is going to be instant forms on platform. This is notorious for getting volume. We're going to make sure that the form is hard enough to basically deter anybody who's not qualified. They're always going to get through, but it's okay. So how this flow is going to go, and I'll make a new column here and we'll finish the campaign setup in a second. So this is the flow. So you get a inbound lead. Lead speaks with rep. Lead is nurtured. Lead purchases. I'm not sure what the actual timeline cycle is like from your current customer stack, but I'm assuming that there's a couple days involved here. So we get them as an inbound lead, and our job is to call them. Well, not my job in particular, but the company's job is to call back the prospect as fast as possible. It should be within 20 minutes of them submitting. It would be better if it was within 10 minutes. You've got to reach out to them instantly. You've got to call them, dial back, and then we initiate them in an email sequence. So that way we're trying to actively communicate with them as fresh as possible. Inbound lead comes in, we start the nurturing process, and ideally that leads to better purchases. And that's the flow for leads. Now the flow for sales, and we're currently testing that out with the sales campaigns that you have inside. You have inbound traffic, adds to cart, looks around, and then contacts support, and then potential purchase. So this is the typical flow here. So somebody clicks on an ad, they want to shop around and see. They may be scared of the price point. They may have some questions. They're going to contact support, and then they're going to purchase. So both come in a different format. One is saying, I want to speak with a representative right now. I'm interested. We capture their information. The other one is, hey, look at our store. Do you want to purchase from us? And their answer to that is maybe. Let me some people are going to contact support, other ones may add to their cart. Like you said, it's not a cart focused business. I think we need to be more on the lead side, but we'll keep this as a potential lever. So then here we'll go the existing sales campaign, and we're going to test broad, advantage plus, and then interest. This is for audiences. And then we're going to be focused on dynamic and dynamic plus content. So very simple ad setup. I'll go over how to actually do that. But the campaign structure is just going to be introducing some more audiences beyond the lookalike that you mentioned that you guys have. So here's the two setups. One is a lead gen campaign, and we're going to do a more direct sales approach to that. And then the other one is the existing sales campaign where we're getting in traffic and everything from there. And then we'll see how both of these perform, how best people engage in all of that. Then this just basically recaps the flows. So let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, we'll go from there.